So a linear model, oh, that's not really written very well. Get that part back here a little bit better. There you go. A linear model is a linear function that models a real life situation. When a quantity y changes at a constant rate with respect to a quantity x, you can use the equation y equals mx plus b. And we have dealt with that equation now for the last about week and a half or so. Okay? To model the relationship. The value of m is the constant rate of change. So when you look at the board, you remember how I put for the slope, I put change in y over the change in x? Those words, bless you, Zach. That's what they mean by the constant rate of change. Okay, constant rates of change are nothing more than your slope. Slope is a rate of change. And the value of b is the initial or starting value of y. So again, when we're doing this example, the first thing that we're going to have to do is we've got to read the question. Make sure you read what's being asked. Okay, maybe we might have to circle some things or do whatever to figure it out. Now, when I was going through this stuff the first time, a lot of times what I would do is just try to throw all the numbers in together into one big pot and make it work out for me. Like, for instance, the number 2,000 in this problem is not something that we're actually going to use because it's a year. It's not dealing with something like a 2,000 items or anything like that. So, in 2000, the average cost for college tuition in the United States was about $14,000. In 2010, the cost was about $18,000. Write a linear model that represents the cost of tuition as a function of the number of years since 2000. Use the model to predict the cost in 2020. So here's what we have to do. When you look at the number 2000, it was $14,000. Those are important. Then it says in the year 2010, it's now $18,000. My question to you guys is this. If I started tracking this in the year 2000, and I go to the year 2010, how many years have passed?
10.
Right. So 10 years have passed. And if I go from 14,000 to 18,000, how much money is that? 4,000. What I want you guys to do for me is take the $4,000 that it increased and divide it by 10. And the reason because there's 10 years apart. What's 4,000 divided by 10? How much?
40.
Try that again.
400.
400. That means, you guys, that we're increasing at a rate of $400 a year. Or its slope is 400. So I took the difference in the prices divided by the difference in the amount of years. Okay? So we're going to have to write a linear model to figure this out. So we want y equals mx plus b. And by me doing the 4,000 divided by 10, that was giving you the m. I just found the slope. So y equals 400x plus, and now here's where you need to figure out what number, how much did the college tuition start at? What number did the college tuition start at? 14,000. So that was the initial amount. The initial amount is your y-intercept. That's how much it starts at. Okay, so you've just created the model. Great job. Now, we're going to use that model to predict what it is in 2020, and here's the part where many people screw this up. So don't be those people. We are not going to put the number 2020 in for X, because you didn't start in the year 0. What year did this all start in? 2000. So Alyssa, how many years have passed from 2000 to 2020?
20.
Right. So what number do we have to put in for x?
20.
Yes, we put in 20. So y equals 400 times 20 plus 14,000. And what's interesting to me on this one, you guys, is that my math apps group just did a project last week where they had to calculate how much it would cost for them to go to college and then how much it was going to, like each month, like what the payments are to pay it all back. So looking at how much these prices are would be pretty interesting to see if they're pretty close. So 400 times 20 plus 14,000, I got 22,000 when I typed it in. And again, that's on my calculator. I just typed in as it looked. I got $22,000. Now, believe it or not, my math apps group, like I said, was doing this project, and they had averages from 2018. So they weren't 2020, because those numbers haven't came out yet. And most of theirs was about $18,000 to $20,000. So is that pretty close to what we have here? I think so too. And that was a couple of years ago. Do you want to do another one like this? There isn't another one in your packet, but we can do another one like this so that you know how to handle the word problem. Would you like to do another one? Yes or no? No? Okay. Again, for something like this, the difference in the price was the y, and the difference in the years was the x. So kind of like the order pair type deal. Okay, like we were talking about yesterday. All right, so if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to be quiet. I have posted, and I will put this one up here too, but I have posted the video from yesterday. So if you were gone yesterday, I have a packet for you. And the video is up there, but I can also help you with that. And then I'll put this video on there as well, so that 4-1 will have a complete video for both days. And then the assignment is in your big ideas already. Do not forget, there are some of you that have not turned in the worksheets. Make sure that you get those turned in to me. I did grade your quizzes, so on Power School, your quizzes are in there from last week when I was gone on Friday. Okay, so make sure you get that stuff turned in to me.